that I cannot relate in any way, shape, or form to the reality TV, especially the ones that I like. They're very wealthy people, and so there's just like an unwind in that I don't have to think. There's not, sometimes it makes me feel better about myself. Sometimes it doesn't. Just yeah. It just sort of depends.
I just have to wonder if some of those housewives are real and if they actually treat each other like that. So Danella's here. Good morning, Danella. Good to see you. Mike here. Buenos dias, familia. Mike, thank you so much for the Kind Kids article. We used that today.
Oh.
Love when you send that. That's Mike who sent that.
It was good stuff.
Bienvenidos, Jamie.
Hello, thank you.
You would know that, right?
I told you I'm not real good at it, but yes, welcome, Jamie.
It sounds familiar. Gary is here. Good morning, Gary. Welcome. Gary's on Team Brian. He's one of the few and the proud. There's like 3 of us, which is very exciting on the team.
I think I need a team.
Oh, you'll have a team before this is over. So, hey, Theola's here. Good morning, Theola. One of our senior saints that joins us every day. Glad to have you here, Theola. So, if you have a Christian single friend, you may want to tag them in the comments here. Remember, you can help spread the word by liking and doing all those things. But seriously, we're going to talk about a new dating strategy. Christian singles want to hear about this. It's going to seem like a stretch. So we've got this article from Christianity Today. Netflix's Indian matchmaking offers wisdom for Christians. So as we get launched into this, Jamie, give us the... Oh, hey, Fred, what's up? Give us like your executive summary. You watched the first episode. What is Indian matchmaking as a show?
Yeah. So I watched the episode before even reading the article because I just wanted to do that first. And so, from a connoisseur of all things fun TV, I loved it. I did.
Did you? So you're not just saying that for the internet. You loved it.
I did like it. I will watch another episode
for sure. Really?
I mean, is it as good as like 90 Day Fiance? I don't know. but we're in the same premise, and it seemed pretty clean. I mean, I only watched the better part of the first episode, so don't go watching all these and then who knows what's after.
But I mean, in that sense, Bollywood and Indian culture tends to be much more modest than ours, so I think that's a fairly safe bet.
I would think so.
But don't get mad at us if it gets weird.
Exactly. So the first, the beginning part of the episode was really, really fun. So the whole premise of the show is there's this Seema. She's kind of everyone's auntie who considers herself a matchmaker. And she has hundreds of couples that she's put together. And what I love, because I am the Excel spreadsheet queen. Anyone who works with me knows I love putting something in a spreadsheet. She does it all off of Excel spreadsheets. So here's what people are looking for, all the way down to their height preferences and, all in a spreadsheet. And then she does it all by hand. Like that.
Wow.
She's got this whole catalog of people that
My wife Sarah
keeps.
loves spreadsheets, by the way. You guys
Just
are
another reason.
Destined to be BFFs here.
So she will travel. She travels to the home. She gets to know the family. And it can go one of 2 ways. I only saw 3 different kind of characters or people in this. Where kind of the parents made the call and Seema comes to the rescue and they kind of like bombard the son or daughter. Or there's the single person who's like, okay, I'm ready for this. It's not happening for me. But either way, they get the whole family all involved. Seema comes, she gets to know you. She's asking tough questions, like almost questions that you don't really even get to until like you're in premarital counseling.
So like what kinds of questions is she asking?
What's important to you? What are your goals in work? How do you, your finances? I think I said it earlier.
By the way, my wife Sarah says hi.
Yes.
She's here.
Sarah, future bestie.
You guys have a lot in common, babe. You're going to have to work this out. Yeah.
So she asks hard things and she kind of starts to nudge into like, just kind of common sense and relationship things. Because I think, and let's not put this on us. We'll just say in this, here's what I want, ... right? I made one of those lists when I was in high school or whatever. Here's what I want in a husband. And I'll know when God brings him to me because he's going to meet all these things. That didn't exactly turn out. I mean,
it didn't work out for you at all.
No.
I think your list, you would have been like, well, he's no. No.
Well,
No.
it depends what you put on the list too. And the youth pastor in me says, it's not about that he's cute and he's good looking and he's this tall and he's got this job. Like, you know, my list changed and evolved over the years. And so by the end of college, it was like someone who worships, like, yeah, Sean does that.
Someone who treasures me, someone
Yes.
who would be a great father. Who
Exactly. But you got to look at your list.
Nerd.
Yeah.
You want a nerd who loves Jesus. By the way, pause this quick. Your mother is here.
Oh, she is. Oh.
Your mother is here.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Jamie's mother. And her name's Penelope.
Penelope.
That's a distinguished name.
She goes by Penny.
Penny. Oh, I like Penelope better. I think she should run with that. But who am I to tell your mother what to do?
She's still real sad because if there was ever a Buxton girl, it was going to be Lila Penelope, and it just never worked out for Penny. So, sorry, Mom. God actually did that to save my mom and my relationship, 100%. Because my mom would have a baby girl dressed like we would have fought all the time about how that baby should be dressed and what she should be involved in.
Barbie doll or what?
Yeah. My mom likes a lot of frills. Like, still to this day, she tries so hard to buy me clothes that I'll like. And she gets real close, but then there's like an extra layer of frill somehow. And I'm like, yep, it's just a little too far, Pen. Like, I'm more a Gap, like, straight line for a baby, like, cute and pink, but we don't need the frills and stuff. So
and
anyway,
God knows what he's doing.
I don't know how we got on that, but hi, Mom.
Sherry is here too. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. So, as you're talking about, again, the show on Netflix is Indian Matchmaking. It's a reality show. Mm-hmm. But this pastor here thinks this is worth exploring for a couple of reasons for Christians. We're going to get to the core of it in a minute. But basically, statistics indicate that there aren't many American singles who actually want to be married. The challenge for a single person, just an average single person, is how do you find a person who's interested in getting married? And then forget compatibility at that point. It's just, they're hard to find because it looks like 15% of American adults who are single but looking for a serious committed relationship. We got a problem there.
Right.
And then, if you're a Christian, weeding that group down to even people that love the Lord is much more complicated.
Right.
But Indian matchmaking, correct me if I'm wrong, the way I understand it, is it's not individual focused, it's community centric.
Right.
It's like, it seems to me that the idea of dating in America would be you go to your secret online profile, you don't involve your friends, you don't involve your family, you go out with someone, and if it seems like it's going okay, you introduce them to your friends, and if it's really going well, you bring in your family.
Yeah, and even then though, most people won't admit that you met online. Like there's that huge stigma. Like you said that private, that nobody knows that you're even doing it, right?
Right.
Why?
I don't know why we do it that way, because this takes that and it just blows it up.
Yep.
And it takes these two people who have told an expert, Seema, I want to get married.
And it lets
I want my
like
parents to be involved in this.
People like me who want to meddle in your affairs and help you.
And she finds funny things about them. And I mean, their ignorance in relationships shines through. What was the one woman who she had her standards or whatever? She
had all her standards and she said, there is nothing about me that needs to change or give. He just needs to fit into my life. And Seema was like,
And did she have like a list of things?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, what did she say? He cannot be a lawyer because I'm a lawyer. And we can't want the same things.
So it's like,
great.
Not a lawyer, can't want same things.
Yes.
Now, so generally speaking, this pastor is like, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we saying, with our Christian singles in our churches, let's take a community approach. Single people, submit yourself in a sense, not like in a derogatory way, but present yourself to your family and or your pastor, whoever it is. I really want to be married. Will you help me? Mm-hmm. And then allow them to matchmake you.
Yeah.
And allow the communities to interact about it overtly as it's happening. Mm-hmm. Totally antithetical to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So do you think we could do this? That's, I think, the overall question. Is this something that American culture and church culture in particular could adapt to? Mm-hmm. This pastor wants it. Jamie Buxton's initial reaction to that.
Yes. But I don't think you can reach out to the pastor. Because I'll be honest, this actually just happened. It didn't even dawn on me until you just said that. My pastor just got a Facebook message from a young unmarried girl in the church. And she was like, I'm really struggling. Like, I really want to find someone. And especially in a pandemic, like help me. And he was like, I feel really ill-equipped to do this. Like, and I'm a male pastor. Like, this is not, but like, but maybe there should be people in the church who are, I don't know. I mean, to me, as much as I think it's like, yeah, there's a place for this, I equally think like this is sort of weird. Like, so you can prove me wrong or right either way. Like, I'm still talking myself in to either extreme, but like, I think there are people who are willing to help. Like, from a young age, nothing brought me more joy than to see two groups of my friends come together. Like, I had my church friends and my school friends, and like when I would have a party and everyone got together, like that was like the best. So like this sort of stuff like thrills my heart. Like, oh, you need a date? Like, we'll go through my mental Rolodex right here. I got someone for you.
Yeah, and I like the concept of it. Some of my concerns, as you know, because I'm a realist, are the practical applications therein. I question whether Christian singles in America will let people meddle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is this fierce individualism. I talked about this on the
right.
air about, it's my life. You can't tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find this person. God's going to help me. This approach, like, suspends that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my big question is, can Christian singles accept this strategy?
And then what are the repercussions of the strategy? So if it doesn't work out, am I less of a Christian for meddling or leading you that way? Does it turn people away from the church because it doesn't work out? I mean, when you look at it that way, right? I mean, yeah. Are they going to sue me for a bad date? I mean, anything could go wrong.
Well, and then the other question I have is regarding compatibility. Mm-hmm. In that I'm a living example, you're a living example, Jannelle, Ron, that our conceptions of compatibility when we're single have almost no bearing on actual success and who we end up with. Mm-hmm. Your story is my favorite. And I don't know how much our Facebook friends know you, but you've got to give us a little bit of the cliff notes on, like, Jamie Buxton, Jamie Seaman at the time,
yep.
Sean Buxton, and how they really don't belong together, but God put them together.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, the Cliff's Notes version is that we went to college together. We would never have, we didn't hang in the same circle. I was a little older. Yes, just put it out there. But we met later on in life with an acquaintance of one another.
But you ran for president of the student
body. He didn't even vote for me for student body president, Brian. Like, I mean, we really did not run in the same circles whatsoever.
You voted for the other guy. And you were captain of the cheer squad.
Not in college, though. Like, I mean, whatever.
Did you cheer in college?
No, I'm not even telling you what I did in college, because...
My wife cheered in college. I met her when she was cheering in college.
I was the mascot for a couple seasons.
Yeah, she should have told me that. You know me well enough to know that. But no, so in high school, he was the captain of the cheer team.
Yeah.
And he... describe Sean.
Sean is the exact... Anything you already see right now, like... crazy, kind of in your face, not afraid to tell all of her business on Facebook Live. That's me. Sean would be, if he was in this building, would be hiding in the corner like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's saying all that. Yeah, like when we did youth ministry, Sean he would never be in front. He was my sound guy and he sat in the back, and yeah, he doesn't have a lot to say. It doesn't mean he has a great heart and he loves Jesus and he's like, but yeah, he's a back seat kind of a guy.
You're in communications. Yeah. He's in chemistry.
Yep.
To his advantage when he's dating. Did you know I'm an expert in chemistry? Right? Was that one of his lines? Did he say that?
No.
Why not?
Well, because he actually studied biology, but I can't even believe I just admitted that to you either.
Oh yeah. I'm very familiar with biology.
He would never say those things. He would have never said those things ever.
Wow, that's too bad. Yeah, I would have.
Even our friends who knew us both at the time were shocked when we got together. Yeah.
Well, but the reason I bring that up is because when we look at shows like this, so Indian matchmaking, I like the concept, right? Mm-hmm. You say, I want to be committed to someone, and I want community input. I think the church could benefit from that. But most often when you look at eHarmony or all those sites, or even this show, they take measures of compatibility that rarely seem to actually manifest in real life.
Right. I mean, I didn't get that far into the episode to see what she really looks at when she puts the people together.
I want to investigate that because to me, it's opposites usually end up together.
Yeah.
As in, for guys, usually, guys, the nerd gets the girl. That's how it usually works. The nerd marries the cheerleader and Sean Buxton.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
hello.
it works somehow or another. But the whole thing is about how can we create like opportunities. It's not meant to be that we're Cupid matchmaker when in this Christian context, if we choose to put it in this, it's first of all making people feel valued at whatever stage in life they're in. Because I think this is really hard and I can be just as I can do this often where I'm like, oh, someone's single, they want to be married, they should go on dates, they should meet this person, and we want to make sure that we're affirming people at whatever point in their life that they are. But if we understand that they are looking for someone, then we think about thoughtful introductions. I'm a little bit of a schemer, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a great story. This couple didn't work out, but it was the best first date I've ever heard in my life. Another couple, we were on staff together at church. We got together with all of our kids and we invited these two singles together. They were obviously hitting it off. And so we were just like, hey guys, you know what? Like, we're going to let you babysit and we're going to go to a movie. And it was already like 11 o'clock at night. And we're like, we put our kids to sleep at my house and we left these two people at our house and we went into the movies.
Bold move.
I know, it was awesome. First of all, great
Did they
for
like
us.
That?
They did. They hit
it off. It doesn't matter.
It didn't. These were young babies too. Like, we had little babies. I kind of a jerk when I think about it, but
I love it.
But they really hit it off, and it was like a week-long little something. I think it was wrong timing, but it was good. So I don't know that leaving them unattended and making them babysit was the right thing, but the way we offered them, here's a really, we're couples hanging out. We know you, they know you, let's hang out kind of a thing. But
I like it. Stephanie says, I recall years ago hearing about something similar in some Jewish communities. If you have Jewish followers right now, would you please respond to whether or not this is true? Yeah, I've heard other cultures have more of a community-centric focus to this. Arranged marriages, I think in India likely looked a little different than this, but similar concept, because the families would decide for the kids.
Right.
This seems to just let the kids be involved in it.
Right. This is not arranged marriages. This is that still heavy input from the family, but they just want the relationship, a good relationship for their kids, not a relationship. They want a successful, good relationship. So, yeah.
And yet there's a flavor of arranged marriage in it.
For sure.
But it's not the without consent part. There's consent, but it feels very arranged.
Right.
So the First Lady of Hope Alliance Bible Church, Maple Heights, Anita Morrison, Madam First Lady to you, if you comment, is, she would hate me for that, by the way. I like this concept. The older I become and see the collateral damage of unwise marriage choices for generations, the more I appreciate the help and accountability this initiative would bring to the body. The problem is it doesn't sound romantic.
Well, that's
pragmatic.
up to the people. That's up to the people.
You can make it romantic, but it sounds like transactional in a sense. Because what we want in America is the rom-com, where you trip, you fall, you run into somebody, and you fall madly in love.
Right.
And then break up, and then get back together again in a dramatic thing at the end, and you live happily ever after.
Very true.
There isn't a whole lot of romance, the natural, organic romance that happens here.
Right.
Because there isn't, it's not romantic to say, I want to get married someday. Maybe to you? I mean, that's like...
Yeah.
But the more that I've thought about this, the more we've talked about it, maybe Tina Turner was right. What's love got to do with it? Right? I mean, I love my wife. Mm-hmm. We had that chemistry beginning on, chemistry for your husband, Sean. So, there you go. But thank you. But at the end of the day, we made a choice. Mm-hmm. We both were committed to being married, committed to Christ.
Right.
We had some big goals that were similar. Big.
Mm-hmm.
We want children. We want to be married.
God.
Serve God. At the end of the day, why not do it this way? And take all that, I didn't like my, when you meet some people who've been single for a long time, sometimes they'll break up with people for the most ridiculous reasons in the world.
Yes.
Like, I asked him to go to the mall, and he was tired. And he said no. And if he loved me, he would prioritize me.
Yeah. Well, one of the girls on here on the show was like a friend of a friend, and they were talking about how she had done something, eHarmony or something, and she said they put me with one of those. He's from Ohio State, which I thought was hilarious. Like, this is in the first episode, and she was like, he likes that. What's that game? What's that game they play at Ohio State? And they were like, football, and she's like, he was gonna actually expect me to watch football with him. And like, she was like, so it was a no-go from there.
What?
I just thought it was hilarious. Like,
Isn't that funny? Like, our conceptions of what is compatible and what is helpful, we don't know what we're talking about.
yeah. I mean, that's the society we live in, though, right? Like, you want your stuff the way you want it, and your burger the way you want it with the side that you want and exceptions to the menu, like, that's what you want. And so I think as Americans, that's how we think about wedding, like a marriage, a relationship. Like, this is what I want. This is what I deserve, right? And this is what I'm going to get. Yeah. Sean is better than I deserve, but he is not what I ordered.
No. Write that down on a plaque. When you renew your vows someday, honey, you're better than I deserve, but not quite what I ordered.
I love it. That's a quotable.
But it's like, you didn't get what you ordered, but you love what you got.
Yes. I mean, how many times in life does that happen? Often. So, God, yeah.
I think Sarah would agree with that. With me, she'd be like, wow, not quite what I ordered. But I love him. So, all right. Well, that is our cue where we gotta shove off here. Thank you again, Jamie Buxton.
So much fun. Thank you.
She'll be here tomorrow as well, and we're going to be covering a bunch more topics. But also don't forget Scranton Road Promotional Marketing. Thank you to them for sponsoring this and our swag and all that, and new mugs and everything. If you want to get swag for your organization or T-shirts or mugs or whatever you need, go to ScrantonRoadMinistries.org or ScrantonRoadPromo.org for more, and they'll help you.
Bye.